Well, good morning and howdy. Thank you for joining the Texas A&M University 2020 Virtual Sustainability Award event. I'm Kelly Wellman, Sustainability Director, and I'm joined today by my colleague.
Howdy, I'm Ben Kelscher, Sustainability Assistant Manager.
Well, today marks the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, and it's only fitting that we recognize our campus leaders to commemorate this very special occasion. First, though, I would like to go over a few of our Zoom logistics. Our program today is being recorded. You may have noticed that. We will be using slides and showing a video today. And I would encourage you, for your own optimum viewing capabilities, that you consider changing your settings. So at the top center of your screen, you should see a green bar that says, Kelly Wellman is sharing. And to the right of that in black, there's a tab that says View Options. If you select that and scroll to the bottom, you can select Side by Side. And that will ensure that you don't have anything covering up anything that we are trying to show you on our screen. And also, you may have noticed, for better accessibility, we have enabled the Zoom auto transcription feature. It works fairly well. It's not perfect, so sometimes you'll see some interesting words that it comes up with. If you don't want to see this closed captioning option, you can select down toward the bottom of your screen to hide that feature. And before we actually move on to the fun part of distributing our awards, we want to talk really briefly about STARS, which is the program that we use to provide the important understanding of baseline acknowledgement of campus sustainability efforts. And to do that, I'm going to turn it over to our very own STARS expert, Ben.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Kelly. The awards are definitely more exciting, but STARS is pretty cool too. So I'll jump right in and just start explaining that. So STARS is the Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System. This is a tool that was created by ASHE, and ASHE is the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. And they are basically the premier sustainability organization in North America, and they also have global participation. So this tool, what it basically is, it's a blueprint for a college campus or any university to chart a path forward to sustainability. It has a series of credits, and basically if you do all of the credits, and you are like the most sustainable university. So some of the benefits of STARS is, first, that it is transparent, which means that everything that we enter into STARS, anyone can see for free online on the STARS website. It's also self-reporting, which means that our university and all the stakeholders we work with about 30 different stakeholders across campus. We have full control over all of our information. So we get to tell our own sustainability story. And then they also say that it's positive reward scoring, which just means it doesn't matter what your rating is, and we'll get into what you can be rated at on the next slide. The fact that you're doing it means that you're ahead of the game. But let's be realistic. We're definitely using this to compare ourselves to our peers. We definitely want to see, how we're doing against our Vision 2020 peers or UT. So that's definitely something that motivates us, and everybody else uses this tool. And finally, it's just really beneficial for data sharing. If people want to know about our sustainability efforts, we don't have to send off a bunch of different emails. We can just tell them, go look at our STARS report. Everything you need is right there. So now I'm going to get into the way that it's scored. STARS gives you ratings based on your performance, how well you do in the credits that are offered. And the first rating you can get is bronze. And that is if you're 25 points, between 25 points and 45 points, you're rated as bronze. If you hit 45 points, between 45 and 65 is a silver rating. And then between 65 and 85 is a gold rating. And then finally, if you get between 85 and 100, you can earn STARS Platinum. And you notice there's also something on the left left of screen, which is STARS Reporter. And what that means is you don't have to pay to use the tool. This is really beneficial for schools that maybe don't have the budgets to use this tool, but it can still give you a baseline. It can give you a rating, or maybe you're just not ready to show your score yet. You just want to get started. So there's a lot of different ways that universities can get involved using STARS. So next up, I want to explain what is STARS a little bit. What's the structure of it? So it has these 4 main categories. And in each category, it has a series of credits. So the first major category is academics. And what academics looks at is it looks at your curriculum. So what are you teaching in regards to sustainability? And then what are you researching, right? And remember this research section that I'm showing you that's going to come into play a little bit later in the presentation. And then also we have engagement. And that's really talking about how are you engaging campus about sustainability issues and challenges. and how are you engaging the public about sustainability. And then the next section is operations. And this is where a lot of people in our division, the Division of Finance and Administration, are having a really big impact in STARS. And this looks at a number of areas. So things like air and climate, water, waste, dining, purchasing, your grounds, what do you do with your buildings? And your energy usage. So operations is a really big and important section. And next up, we have the planning and administration. And this is where our office really comes into play, is planning and administration. That first section, you see the coordination, the planning, and the governance. That the governance is more of the system level things that are happening, but the coordination and planning is really where our office is coming into play. And this is where STARS is a really interesting tool. It looks at sustainability holistically. So sometimes people think sustainability is only about the environment, but it's also looking at economic and social factors. So you see here, they're looking at your diversity and affordability. And what about your health, your well-being, and your work? And then finally, how are you investing the money that you might have as a university? Are you investing that into sustainable initiatives? And I said there's four main categories, and that's because this fifth thing you see, innovation and leadership, is basically like extra credit. It's bonus points on top of your performance in the other four categories. And it looks at, are you doing anything particularly innovative that other schools are not doing? You can get credits for that. And then it also has a series of exemplary credits. And what these are, it's basically like what I said is extra credit. It's kind of like best practices that are kind of above and beyond what is in the regular opportunity to get some bonus points. So that is what STARS looks like. And now let's check out our Texas A&M STARS journey over the years. So we first filed our first STARS report in 2012. And our goal was to hit silver, which is 45 points. And we were able to do that. We got all the way up to 47. And we were really happy with that in 2012. Most of our peers were silver, so that was where we wanted to get. And STARS, the way it works is you have to submit it every 3 years for your rating to be active. So we submitted it again in 2015, and our score jumped from about 47 to 55 points. And I'll be honest, when we had this happen, we were really building our office during these 3 years. So we didn't think about using STARS as a continuous improvement tool. So our performance improvement was more so about the version switching than us actively, trying to get better with continuous improvement. So we decided that in 2015, we're going to start filing STARS annually, so we can make sure we're really looking at this every year. And we also set a goal for campus to hit gold by 2018. So we filed in 2016. And wouldn't you know it, we actually ended up improving our score all the way up to 67 points, and we hit gold 2 years ahead of schedule. So we filed it again in 2017, and we moved from 67 points up to it was about 67.81 points, so just a slight improvement. And then in 2018, we bumped up again from about 68 to 71 points. And then our most recent STARS report, we filed that in 2019, and we had a really small drop here. We're still gold. We're still really happy with our gold score. We are aware of how we lost some points, and we think we have some ways to achieve those again. And what we've done is set in a more aggressive goal for 2020. We want to hit 75 points. So that is going to be our goal going forward, is 75 points in STARS. And then, so this is our performance, but how do we stack up against our peer institutions? So first, we have our Vision 2020 peer institutions, and those are really our academic peers, a lot of public institutions with kind of similar populations and missions as us. And you can see here, we're performing quite well. We're at 70.15 points here, a little ahead of middle of the pack. And if we're able to hit 75, we'd be third place. And you notice, we're doing better than our biggest competition, UT. So that's always a feather in our cap that we're proud about. And they're doing great things there too. But obviously, we're proud of our accomplishment. And then let's see, how are we doing against the SEC, our football peers? And once we are beating the hell out of them here. We may not always win on the football field. We're getting there. We're getting better at that. But in STARS and sustainability, we are doing a great job. So we're really happy with that. So thinking about our performance, it really is not possible without all of our wonderful stakeholders. A lot of you on the call today. So we're just going to play a really quick video to give you some more insight into what we've been able to accomplish as a university. All right, great. Well, thank you everyone for watching that video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Got some great facts about all of the great work our partners are doing, and also you could see some beautiful images of our campus. And I just want to give a special shout out to our graphic designer, Mamoon. He's a grad student, and he created that whole video for us, and also all the other great graphics you see in this PowerPoint was his work. So we definitely wouldn't be as effective without our grad students and all the students that work with our office. So with that being said, thinking about recognition, I want to move into the sustainability recognition portion of our program today. And you just saw a lot of really great work that has been done on campus, and this is all from our wonderful stakeholders. So now we're going to actually look at the individual stakeholders and their performance in STARS. And what we have is actually something called the STARS 100. We're going to kick that off with that. And what that means is if you're assigned a credit and you earn 100% of the points available in that credit, then you are part of the STARS 100 for your performance. And we recognize that this is the work of, departments and multiple people and teams, groups of people. But we work with particular individuals, particular stakeholders to provide us with the data necessary. So we're going to give special recognition to each of those people. So I'm just going to go through and name all the people that are part of the STARS 100. So first, our first STARS 100 credit to recognize would be the sustainability literacy assessment and assessing sustainability culture. And that's thanks to Dongling Zhan with the Office of Institutional Effectiveness and Evaluation. And then also the Office of Sustainability plays a role. And next up, we have AC8, a campus as a living lab. And this is the work of multiple stakeholders. You can see here, utilities and energy services, Chartwells, SSC grounds, transportation services, Howdy Farm, the Winnie Carter Wildlife Center, and then our office as well. And next up, we have support for research and open access to research. And that is thanks to Michael Maciel with the university libraries, and also our office contributes. And next up, we have the Student Educators Program, Student Life, Outreach Materials and Publication, and also an outreach campaign. And that is Residence Life. Carol Binzer and Brandon Carlson are representing Residence Life, and our office also plays a role there. And then we have employee orientation, assessing employee satisfaction, and the wellness program. And that is thanks to the efforts of Nancy De Leon, Wes Wynn, Mary Schubert, and Elizabeth Swartz, all with human resources and organizational effectiveness. And the next STARS 100 is community partnerships, and that is the work of Jimmy Masterson with Texas Target Communities. And now we have assessing diversity and equity and support for underrepresented groups. And that is thanks to Ms. Jennifer Reyes with the Office for Diversity. And then we have outdoor air quality, where Les Williams with Utilities and Energy Services and Kenny Kimball with Transportation Services provide that data. And we have our sustainable dining STARS 100, and that's thanks to Stephanie Denson and Leland Rapport with Chartwells. And next on our list is biodiversity, and that's Jeff Truss and Tassie Herman with environmental health and safety. And then we have hazardous waste management, which again, Jeff Truss and Tassie Herman with environmental health and safety, and also Andy Mitchell with logistics. And water use, Nathan Jones with Utilities and Energy Services provides all that data. And now the next part, so that was STARS 100, and I mentioned exemplary credits earlier, which are basically extra credit, bonus points, best practices. So like kind of a bit above and beyond regular STARS credits. And we have a number of people on campus that have earned us some of these credits. And first up, we have Rebecca Raybun and Scott Obergefell with athletics for the Green Athletics credit. And we have a Fair Trade Campus and Sustainable Dining Certification, and that is Stephanie Denson and Leland Rapport with Chartwells. And ground certification is Barbara Musgrove and Philip Zellner with SSC Grounds. And a bicycle-friendly university, Ron Steedley with Transportation Services. And then our final exemplary credit is stormwater modeling, and that is thanks to Tassie Herman with environmental health and safety. So to recognize our STARS 100 and our STARS exemplary credit folks, our stakeholders that helped us earn those designations, we are going to be creating these STARS door markers. It's a little simple gesture of showing our appreciation for all of the hard work that you've done for us over the years. And this is just something that you can put, on your office, hopefully display it somewhere prominently so we can show we can show these off. But you'll be getting these eventually whenever we're able to get back in the office and get all these printed and delivered to you all. But we definitely are going to get these to you to recognize your great efforts. So moving forward in our STARS recognition, we're going to now enter into the portion of our sustainability awards. And our sustainability awards, what we want to do here is we want to recognize the first people we're going to recognize are some of our STARS stakeholders that have just done a really excellent job in their reporting this year. So the first category that we're going to have here is the STARS Most Improved Award. And the most improved is awarded to the department, which compared to the most recent previous STARS submission, made the greatest improvement in points earned from their respective STARS credit. So the 2019 Most Improved Award goes to Utilities and Energy Services for their improvement in credits OP1, greenhouse gas emissions, and OP5, building energy consumption. And that is special thanks to Mr. Les Williams for his work as our STARS liaison for Utilities and Energy Services. So thank you, Mr. Les Williams. Next up, after Most Improved, we have our Overall Top Performer Award. And this is awarded to the department, which has multiple credits, who achieved the highest cumulative point total from their respective STARS credits. And this year we have 3 departments who have earned this award. So the first 2019 Overall Top Performer Award goes to University Libraries for earning 100% of the points available in their respective STARS credits. And that effort is thanks to Mr. Michael Maciel for his work as a STARS liaison for the University Libraries. So thank you, Michael, for all of your work. And our second 2019 Overall Top Performer Award goes to Residence Life for earning 100% of their assigned STARS credits. And that is special thanks to Dr. Carol Binzer and Mr. Brandon Carlson for serving as STARS liaisons for Residence Life. And our third 2019 Overall Top Performer Award goes to the Office for Diversity for earning 100% of their available points. And a special thanks to Ms. Jennifer Reyes for her work as a STARS liaison for the Office for Diversity. And now we have a new award, the first time we've given away this award, and it is the ASHE Top Performer Award. So not the overall top performer, but the ASHE Top Performer Award. And that is awarded to the department that's recognized as a top performer by ASHE in an entire section of the STARS credits. So if you remember when I was showing you those sections earlier, the categories and the sections, and I said there was one to pay particular attention to. So the 2019 ASHE Top Performer Award goes to the Division of Research. So I mentioned research earlier, and they actually earned all of the points available in the research section, and that's why that effort was recognized directly from ASHE. And while this award does recognize the efforts of the entire TAMU research community, obviously we have all these wonderful scholars on our campus that are completing this research, the Division of Research efforts providing data for use in the STARS portal was vital for us to earn this recognition from ASHE. So special thanks to Dr. Mark Barteau and Mr. Matt Fry for their work at helping us compile the necessary data. And those are all of our wonderful STARS Award winners. And if we were in person, I would have this next slide you're going to see. We would have these beautiful awards to hand to you. We'd call you up to the stage. It would be a bit more exciting. We're not able to do that, but we're going to make the best of it virtually. So this is what your awards are going to look like. We're going to get these to you one way or the other. Hopefully we can actually have an award ceremony once school reopens. But these are Bamboo Sustainable Awards. And again, just congratulations to all of our STARS Award winners, all of our STARS 100, our STARS Exemplary Credit winners. Just can't thank you enough for all the work that you're doing and just helping our university be as sustainable as possible. The most sustainable university in the SEC, and we're just trying to continue to get better. And we couldn't do that with all of your help and support. So from here, my time is done. I'm passing it over to Kelly, and she's going to talk to you about our next part of our awards ceremony. So take it away, Kelly.
Thank you, Ben. And I also want to iterate my appreciation for the entire campus community for helping us make sustainable improvements and all the great work in STARS. We know it takes a lot of extra effort to gather that data and support us. So we're very appreciative of those efforts, and congratulations to all those STARS Award winners. So now we're going to present the 2020 Texas A&M University Sustainability Champion Awards to recognize outstanding contributions of students, faculty, and staff who help create a campus culture of sustainability. The Champion Award recognizes individuals who have demonstrated exemplary effort, dedication, and leadership throughout the year in making Aggieland more environmentally, economically, and/or socially sustainable. So without further ado, the first 2020 Student Sustainability Champion Award goes to Ms. Yadira Hernandez of Chartwell's Dining Services. Yadira is a senior environmental studies major and has served as the sustainability intern at Chartwell's since fall of 2018. She has worked diligently to connect with the Aggie community and beyond through her many sustainable initiatives at Chartwell's. She is essential in growing awareness of the new Fair Trade program across campus by presenting each semester to the corporate social responsibility classes within the communication department and tabling regularly in our dining halls. She also worked closely with operators around campus to advertise and communicate Chartwell's strawless and lidless initiative, which started in fall 2019. With this, dining locations like Azimuth Cafe and Rev's Grill only offer straws and lids by request in an effort to reduce the amount of plastic waste generated on campus. Yadira frequently explores new ways Chartwell's can become more involved with the student body, and even further through her presentations at the AgriLife Symposium for Environmental Sciences and the Texas Plastic Pollution Symposium in Galveston. Yadira is creative when ensuring Chartwell's social media messages are engaging and informative while also meeting brand standards. Her positive outlook and passion for a sustainable world has made a significant impact on Chartwell's outreach programs, and we're thankful for all the work she has accomplished in the past 2 years. Yadira shared with me how she wasn't always aware of sustainability issues, but while at Texas A&M came to understand its importance. So let's catch up on a conversation with Yadira about what motivates her around sustainability.
Well, they're all complex, but I guess what motivates me is to perform sustainability work is knowing that it's the future. Boom. I usually tell that to most people that ask me, why are you so into this so much? Well, I see the future of sustainability. And that's what it holds. Sustainability is one of the crucial things that we'll need to accomplish in order to secure a future for all of us. And it's like knowing the secret recipe to a better future, but only this time it's no secret. Most of us have the ingredients in front of us. It's just our understanding and our will to gather those ingredients in fostering continuous engagement and having those ingredients work together to create something meaningful. What I also find myself motivating is that I do envision us one day reaching to those goals, our development goals. I do see us reaching zero net carbon emissions, cutting down our waste products, advancing further in protecting our endangered habitats and species. It'll just all take everyone to involve. That is what I came to understand about sustainability, is that it takes everyone, not just say an environmentalist or a biologist or a climatist. It takes every brand, every realm of this world to create a sustainability and to create a world that we can all make better, because right now it's all just a global issue. And we have to take everyone in.
It's quite obvious Yadira is just getting started putting her passion to use to influence the world around her. Congratulations to Ms. Yadira Hernandez on her award. The second 2020 Student Sustainability Champion Award goes to Mr. Rishab Singla. Rishab is a third-year PhD student in network security and a prominent leader of SKY at TAMU. SKY is a program of the International Association for Human Values, whose mission is to offer programs to reduce stress and develop leaders so that human values can flourish in people and communities. For the past 2 years, Rishab has exemplified selfless service by promoting a happier and inclusive environment on the Texas A&M University campus through his social connection events, mindful leadership workshops, and meditation events and retreats. He has equipped over 110 students at Texas A&M with the World Health Organization approved Sky Happiness Retreat for Universities program. Rishab also leads 1 hour-long open meditation sessions to introduce students, faculty, and staff to the power of breath, as well as Campus Happiness Fridays to promote social connectedness, well-being, and reduction in substance abuse. Rashab can be seen passionately leading the weekly Sky follow-ups to ensure continuity and emotional well-being of retreat participants. Rashab has trained in a 1,000-hour teacher training in meditation, breathwork, yoga, leadership, and emotional intelligence training in order to teach these skills to fellow Aggies. He works tirelessly to provide our campus with social connection and leadership. He empowers students to lead a confident, stress-free, and happy life through meditation. I learned from Rashab that although he was a highly successful undergrad at a top-tier university in India, he realized that he was not quite fulfilled, and attending a Sky Happiness event changed his outlook and inspired him to impart what he learned with others. Let's listen to what Rashab has to share about happiness.
Your exams or so many other things outside. But later I realized after doing a program which is called Sky Happiness Program, I realized like the true happiness lies inside, yeah, and that is the sustainable source of happiness, which is right there inside. So you're not dependent on others for a true well-being or the best state of your mind. It lies right inside you, and that actually shift a lot of perspective about me, myself, what I'm doing, what I'm here for in life, in general as a student also, but other way also, like
That's my fault, folks.
Particular area.
My apologies. And I'm sorry, Rashab, I cut you off midway. Let's try to catch you back up.
like how can I be more useful to people around me? And yeah, then I realized one more thing. So how to sustain that happiness? I learned a secret in that program. So the secret was like, if you want to sustain your joy or sustain your happiness, you have to start sharing it with others. So because if you are happy, but people around you in your home are not happy, you're gonna stay happier, or like you're gonna stay happy for long. In the same way, if your family is happy, but your people around in your society are not happy, even if one person of your family or society is like having some trouble, that definitely affects you.
If Rashab's words impacted you, remember that members of the campus community can join the weekly Sky events, and information is shared regularly through campus-wide emails. Congratulations to Mr. Rashab Singla on his award. The 2020 Faculty Sustainability Champion Award, you got a quick preview a minute ago, goes to Dr. Sarah Gatson from the Department of Sociology. As a longtime advocate for sustainability within the Department of Sociology, Dr. Gatson has been teaching an innovative service learning course on sociology of the community at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. The course she developed focuses on community food security in general and in the Brazos Valley in particular. This course includes applying the sociological imagination to issues in sustainability, gaining knowledge of rigorous literature on issues pertaining to race, gender, justice, and community, all while integrating a community service component. The students involved in her work benefit on multiple levels. They learn how to perform research, write scholarly papers, and present to scholarly audiences. In addition, they learn about sociological perspectives on issues pertaining to sustainability, the role, creation, and maintenance of communities, the impact of social injustice on environmental equity, and the roles of culture, gender, and race that play in it. This course has served as the foundation of a larger set of community initiatives focused on food security and sustainable agriculture. Dr. Gatson also leads a Glasscock working group focused on community food security and food justice, providing a hub for researchers across campus who are interested in developing sustainable local food systems. As a Texas Master Gardener, she shares her expertise across campus and the local community. Dr. Gatson's work is a testament to her widespread impact on both her students and the Brazos Valley. During our conversation together, Dr. Gatson revealed that food and gardening in urban spaces were part of her upbringing from an early age. Combine that with her sociological training, and you can glean what led her down this scholarly path.
This particular area of all of that meant that I was bringing those frameworks and tools to look at unequal access to land and therefore unequal access to food. So looking at issues of community food security and food sovereignty, and sort of thinking about those issues. And then I also grew up in a family full of people that practiced agriculture in urban environments and did a lot of community development and social justice work. And so both my personal history and my professional history sort of merged. And so that's sort of where the interest, like the interest in specifically in gardening and food and cooking and food production. I've always had that interest, and that's always been fostered in various ways. I've always tried to grow something no matter where I lived. But then as I was sort of thinking about my next big project, it really just became centered around these issues.
Thank you, Dr. Gatson, for combining your love of gardening with your passion for improving people's access to nutritious food. Congratulations to Dr. Sarah Gatson for earning the Faculty Champion Award. Lastly, the 2020 Staff Sustainability Champion Award goes to Ms. Cheryl Cato from the Division of Information Technology. Cheryl Cato is the Associate Vice President for Research and Education Network and Enterprise Facilities Operations. As an advocate for sustainability, she understands the importance of balancing technological advancement and future growth with sustainability and innovation. Cheryl supervised the design and construction of the 50,000 square foot Texas A&M West Campus Data Center, WCDC, which is a project that has resulted in the overall reduction of both power consumption and carbon emissions, uses shared purpose-built space for server consolidation, and provides increased cybersecurity for the university. This facility more than doubled the existing data center space of campus. As just one example, in 2019, Texas A&M Health eliminated their separate data center in favor of using the WCDC. Some new building construction containing plans for data centers have already been modified such that, if possible, no new building construction will include data centers. Finally, the division will be able to reduce rates for data center services, and network data will be protected by robust security tools that constantly scan for possible vulnerabilities and attacks. The equipment will also be secure since the facility has controlled entry, 24-hour security, video surveillance, and delivery areas with limited access. The on-premise Aggie Cloud housed at WCDC has successfully reduced energy, capital, and human resource consumption campus-wide. The WCDC has become an exemplar throughout the state, which could not have been possible without the direction, leadership, and dedication of Ms. Cato. This extraordinary project demonstrates how Ms. Cato balanced sustainability concerns with the demanding technical requirements of a state-of-the-art, research-oriented data center. I learned from Cheryl that she grew up in a rural environment where they had to make the most of the resources available to them. With this in mind, let's listen in about what motivates Cheryl to integrate sustainability.
Sustainability has always kind of been part of my DNA. And when I think about sustainability and the earth and the resources and all of that, I think it's easy for people to compartmentalize and say, oh, green initiatives are about saving trees. But you have to stop and remember that everything that we touch is affected by the resources that are available to us. Nothing is possible without them. Everything has some component of it, or it was used to make that. So all of the great advancements that humanity has made, all the wonderful accomplishments we've made, I want to make sure that we have those resources available for people to keep doing those amazing things. For the person that comes along that cures cancer or Alzheimer's or figures out how everyone can have fresh water on the planet. It touches all of us in every ways, even the non-obvious ones. And I think that's important to make sure we keep reminding people the cup as a component, right? And it needs to be front of your mind.
Key leaders such as Cheryl, who work to find fiscally responsible design principles that achieve technological requirements, while also preserving environmental resources, have lasting impacts that greatly contribute to a culture of sustainability here at Texas A&M. Congratulations to Ms. Cheryl Cato on her Staff Champion Award. I'd like to take a moment to once again recognize our 2020 undergraduate, graduate, faculty, and staff Texas A&M University Sustainability Champions. We remain hopeful that we will be able to celebrate with them in person at some time in the future, where they can receive these lovely recycled glass and bamboo sustainable awards. And we'll keep the campus community informed about those plans. So let's kind of give them, all of our award winners, a virtual round of applause. As we begin to wrap up our event, I want to point out that here at Texas A&M, we are celebrating Virtual Earth Month, and we are doing so in conjunction with other Texas universities through tracks. the Texas Regional Alliance for Campus Sustainability. Our campus virtual events include lectures and talks by faculty, students, and staff. Through our TRACS partnership, you also have access to educational activities being offered at our peer Texas University institution campuses. And at 2 o'clock today, we'll actually host our next virtual event with our very own student intern on a talk by Lauren Perez. I will also be facilitating a TRACS event tomorrow at 11, Let's Start the Climate Take Back, featuring Joey Shea, Manager of Mission Activation for Interface. So for a complete list of virtual Earth Month activities, you can visit sustainability.tamu.edu. And when you go to the website, you'll see this image, click on the image, and you'll get a full listing of all the different opportunities we have, whether they're internal or external to our organization. And then one final reminder that, of course, today is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. Not only that, I can't let it go by without mentioning that it also happens to be my colleague, Ben Kelscher, and our staff champion, Cheryl Cato's birthdays. So happy Earth Day to both Ben and Cheryl. And as we conclude the ceremony today, I definitely want to extend our thanks to all the STARS Award recipients and every campus partner who contribute to making Texas A&M more sustainable. I would also like to extend my appreciation to each of you for taking the time to support our award winners and attend today. At Texas A&M, we're fearless on every front, and together we can address our global sustainability challenges. If you have questions, here's our contact information for Ben and myself, and there's also ways to stay connected with us through social media. Thank you, happy Earth Day, and gig 'em.
And actually, I'm going to jump on real quick. There was something that we should have, some people we should have acknowledged that I realized during the course of this presentation. So our Sustainability Champion Award winners, we had the help of 4 individuals on campus to select those winners from a bunch of applications that were turned in. So I want to recognize Brian Nakamura with the Bush School, Marissa Soom with Multicultural Services, Jeff Puckett with Transportation Services, and Mahima Yogesh. She was one of our former student interns. So thank you all to those 4 individuals for helping us select those champions. And I also want to say that we acknowledge all of our STARS 100 winners, our STARS Exemplary Credit winners, our STARS Award winners. But even if you weren't on that list, if you contributed to STARS, you helped us get our rating. So thank you to every one of our STARS stakeholders.
All right. Have a great day, folks. Hope to see you at a virtual event soon. Poppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a shirt.